guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun white trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? ANCAP24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, we're going to talk about Nickel 335Y, the meta, and how people are running it, and kind of show you what I like to do as far as a new formation I'm going into, and why I like it so much because of all the variety of corner routes and different routes that we can beat it. Okay, so I'm going to call Mike Blitz 3, and what I'm going to do is I have it already set at 25 and 5 as far as the depth. And we're going to talk about these routes. Now, Z-Spot and Go have the same exact corner route that's from the top of the bunch. But what's nice about this, you have two different options as far as do you want to use a C route or do you want to use that speed in, right? So we're going to look at that play. We're going to look at the stick play, which is really unique. It's got only in Seattle and the Steelers playbook. It's a really nice route that has an outside release and then it gets to the outside. We're going to look at curl flats, okay? Those three plays basically to kind of show you the differences between them, and we'll kind of get into it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have the bunch to the wide side of the field, and we're going to start off by doing the normal 25 and 5 type of setup, and want to make sure that we talk about these routes. First thing we're going to do is put the A on a smart route and the B on a streak. Now, I like the A on the smart route because he has a really nice sharp turn to the outside. It's kind of a level one. So once he makes it, he doesn't get a whole lot of elevation. So that type of corner route is going to get really good in between the two. What I like about the left side here is that if the user goes and jumps and tries to go after that corner route, that speed in route by the X does a really good job of getting there. But let's look at the high-low here. Always look at your RB first, because if they don't have a hard flat, you got to throw it to him. But if they do, you're going to be able to throw it to the A receiver. Real simple flood concept. Move this guy out. You're going to see you get the RB. Now you're going to see how the A is just going to get open underneath it. Real easy, right? Something that people have been doing in bunch for a while. Nothing spectacular, just making sure that you're using that route. Now, same thing applies with stick. Now, stick is one of my favorite routes because if you look at this B route, we're going to make it look the same. We're going to put the A on a streak. We got the running back on the flat, and then you got this B on this route. What I'm going to do is just make sure that I get these routes out of the way. I do like this combination here just to make sure that I have a little bit of an option to the left side if I need it. But I'm going to smart route the B route. And this time what you're going to see is that the B route is a really nice route that when we smart route it, we motion it, he's just going to be in a little spot that just nobody's going to cover, right? He's going to go over here, and you're going to see how he's got an easy catch on the sideline. A user typically does not get over there for that because they're looking for the tight end on his route, that they kind of hesitate to get over there. And I find that that route right there is probably the most successful one when it comes to what it is, because it not only does it get underneath the 5 and 25, but it definitely gets under the 5 and 20 when people make the adjustment. Now, I'll show you that here in a second. Now, what you're going to see again, I'll just do it one more time just so you can see it. That you've got that ability that he's going to move over here, hike that ball. You have the RB, nope, and then now you got this player over here, real easy throw, right? Now let's go to curl flats. Curl flats has a different corner, and what I like about this corner is that it's kind of that variable for us. We're going to go ahead and smart route it here. We're going to put the B on a streak, and then we're going to do the same exact thing. And I like it, again, I like to put these guys opposite where the X is on the out, the Y is on the curl. Let's do the same thing here. And what you're going to see against the 25 and 5 is that you're going to have that ability to basically get this A underneath it. And you can see here that he's going to get open to the sidelines, right? Something that we've been seeing all year, no big deal. Now, what you're going to see is that people are going to get forced to change that 25 and 5 to 20 and 5 is usually what I see first, right? And when that ends up happening is you're still able to hit the majority of these. It's just a little bit tighter, but it opens up the ability to hit the curl flat over the top of the 20 now without smart routing it, right? So I'll show you here with the curl flat. You can see now that route right there is just a really nice route that once they get a little bit more aggressive and say, I'm going to make sure that I take away those plays, what you're going to see again is now that player is going to get above it. So we watch this A. Just kind of buy a little bit of time, and you can see how he's going to get over the 20, right? So it's really a cat and mouse game, really, really tough. But what I like about these plays is it really gets somebody who wants to play this type of defense to forget about bombs. they're so worried about how to cover the corner that they don't put anybody in deep halves, because that's not really going to help them stop the corner. And then we can start hitting some of the bombs, right? So I'll show you a couple bombs, real simple. First one we can start off with, say Z spot. All you got to do is the same exact thing you did before. Just B on a streak, A on the smart route. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy in. You know that I love the double streaks from the inside player. And what you're going to see here on the bomb is that you're going to be able to hit this B right down the seam, right? It's just kind of, the A does a really good job of covering everybody here. You can see how I'm throwing this ball over here and get myself the bomb, right? I'm a little bit close on the bomb, but you can definitely see what I'm talking about, right? I'll just back it up just a little bit just so you can see we have a little bit more room, okay? So that's the first option, real simple. Now, next cover 3 bomb is going to be divide wheel. And I really like this play because there's really not a whole lot of adjustments you need to do. The right side's already done for you. All you got to do is do that same thing where you put these two guys on streaks. And you're going to see how the RB is basically going to be able to get up the field, and nobody really covers him in the seam the majority of the time. I say the majority of the time because if that player ends up hitting the zone player, it will kind of take him off of his route. And I'll show you that. Hopefully here, we'll see, we'll do another rep and see if it works. But what you're going to see here, let's try this again. Let's get these guys both on streaks. Right. So if you look at the player here, the A, say they spread these guys out and potentially could, you know, go ahead and hit that guy's route. So watch the RB. Does he get, he doesn't really get hit that time. So you can see how he just gets wide open in that little spot, and you got yourself an easy touchdown. If I don't put the double streaks, right, I want to make sure you see this on divide wheel, it's not going to work. So I'll put the Y on a streak, and I'll just go ahead and do the same thing. The free safety will come over. And I want to make sure that I show you that, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say it's not working for me because they're trying to, you know, take away that step, right? Well, you see here, watch the free safety. Free safety is going to come on over. And yes, we're able to kind of throw it there, but it's not going to be the same throw for you. That guy will get to come over a lot quicker. So just make sure that you're looking at that and kind of looking at that way. So last cover 3 bomb is real simple. All you got to do is put the B on a, and it's any play, put the B on a fade, RB on an out, motion this guy over. And, you know, if you want to, you can definitely use him as a blocker. Just one of those deals to where you want to make sure that you've got the ability to, you know, protect yourself. And I'll show you what kind of like with that as well. You can see that the B is just not going to get, you know, covered. And you can see how you're going to get an easy one-play score, right? Now, what I really like about this formation is that there's also a meta that's, you know, send 6, right? Basically where you're moving these guys out. If you see those guys are moved out, a lot of times what they're doing is they're slanting outside, and they're taking this guy and they're coming over here and then they're looping over. So it's actually send 5, and then they use this guy as that 6th player, right? That. Well, on this formation, if you're doing these type plays, you can just move this guy in and put him on a delay fade. So he's going to help block that. And if they're doing this, now you get that high-low over here. You can't do any more motion, but what it ends up happening is, depending on what their depths of their players are, if they go ahead and do this real quick, you just throw this over here, get yourself some easy yards, right? Say they're playing their players on hard flats, which a lot of times they will if they do this, because they're banking on getting, you know, pressure. So let's just say they're moving these guys down, and they're putting them on hard flats so that they're, you know, playing underneath, and they're like this, right? Well, in this instance, what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy in. We're going to put him on the delay fade, right? Let's go to Z spot. That's the route that I wanted to look at. So let's do this. Move this guy in. Put him on a delay fade. And then what you're going to do, basically, and I'll smart route it. And you're going to see how you're going to have that ability to block this. And once you get to block it, now you're going to have the ability to throw it to this A receiver, because they chose to cover the underneath player and not the over-the-top player, right? So just want to kind of give you, a bunch of little plays that you can kind of use as a scheme, as an ability to get somebody out of 3-3-5 wide, the cover 3, double stack meta. It's one of those deals when you play somebody and that's what they're doing. You have to prove to them that you can beat it. And if you go to a formation like this, prove to it that you usually get out of it, right? And then you kind of can run your own offense or run something different. But I do like this formation just to kind of, say, you know what, not today. You're not going to play that. So if you guys haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We definitely appreciate all the support. I'm trying to hit that 35,000 here this month. And also hit that like button. It does help our channel grow. Definitely hits the algorithm to where we get to share to more people and really just be able to provide these free tips for you. So we appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's video.